Students, today we will start the part D of our first chapter, I would say, changing time. We are left with these questions. This question will be uploaded to you soon. Okay, so let's read this. Read it yourself. Most youngsters, in their eagerness to be liked and admired by their peers, often unknowingly cause damage to themselves. Read this article and decide who is the loser, the writer or the kids. So now, many youngsters, in their eagerness, in their curiousness, they just what they do, and to be admired by their own friends or their classmates. Sometimes they do just many things unknowingly without even knowing them, and they cause damage to themselves. So it is also a story of that kind. So what happened? After reading this article, we will come to know that who is the loser actually, the writer who is writing this, or the kids, the students. So braving the odds. Braving hota hai to bear. The odds means to the odd situations, the difficult situations. 10 years only and so much difference. What a loss. You must be mad, was the general comment of the family, friends and colleagues. Giving up a teaching post now when there isn't much chance of finding another one ever. So now it starts with abrupt starting. That was 10 years only and so much difference. They just 10 years that you are working at, it has made so much difference. What a loss you have done to yourself. So it is my article about a teacher, and she has just quitted her job. Why? What were the reasons? Now her family is inquiring her that what were the reason that she has quitted herself from the job. You must be mad. That you must be mad was a general comment of the family. Though it was general comment of the family of that teacher, that you must be mad that you are talking about giving up your job. You are giving up your job, and her colleagues and her families were they were telling you that you are giving a post now, you are giving a teaching post now when it is very hard to find a new one. So why are you doing this? Why are you losing your job? Why are you quitting from job? So they were all asking her, her friends, her colleagues and her family member. So what were the reasons? See, and what about all that lovely money you are earning and all those long holidays? Now her family is asking her that, and what will you do now? You will not have a job, and you will have a very good job. You will have lovely money. You were making so much money, and there were so long holidays for you. So it was a very comfortable job according to the family and the friends of that teacher. So they were all asking her. They were just telling him that, telling her that you have done a very great loss to yourself. You have done so much things to you. So what happened then? Here comes the teacher. Now teacher explained that why she has left her job. But I had already come to my lonely decision after a month of concealed suffering. I knew I could no longer continue in the teaching profession. To wake up in the morning with the fear of the day ahead and then set off work with a pounding heart and frozen face I had become habitual to. I had turned to tranquilizers to help me along. So what she is saying, she's saying that but I had already came to this alone decision. She had made this decision by herself, that after months of concealed means hidden. So she is suffering from she had suffering from some problems which she had not told to anyone. So because of that concealed, that hidden suffering, she had made this decision. She knew that she no longer can be in this teaching profession. This teaching profession is no longer suitable for her, comfortable for her. It was very difficult for her now to wake up every morning with some of the fear that what she is going to do ahead, how her day will be, and to go for a work with a beating heart and frozen face had become habitual flow. So she had to go to the work with a beating heart and a frozen face. Her face is like a freezing one. She had no expression. She is not comfortable. That is why she is having that frozen face, and she has become habitual to it. And she had turned to tranquilizers. Tranquilizers means medicine. She is taking medicines also to just to get away, get out of that depression or get out of that stress and anxiety. So she had turned herself to tranquilizers to help her go through this kind of a situation. So that for her, that situation has become so much stressed out that she has been taking pills for that. So that is why she no longer want to be in this job further. It had never been as bad as this. 10 years ago I managed well enough, and the holidays for rest and recuperation used to come around just in time. Students were obedient, respectful, and most importantly, warm. Getting back to them after the holidays were once a pleasure. So she said that, it has never been bad. It has never been so bad that I had been teaching for 10 years, and for 10 years I had never felt so bad that, she has managed it well enough, and the holidays for rest. And she had also managed well, and those holidays for rest and recuperation. What does it mean? It means healing. When you are exhausted and you take break, and after break you got fresh. So that was the time that when she had holidays, she would rest, and that healing would come her automatically, and it would come around just in time. And students were very obedient, they were very respectful, and most importantly, it was very happiest thing for her to get back to them, to get back to her students after those holidays. It was like a pleasure for her. But maybe now things have changed for her. Now she was not able to do these things again. So let's read further. But in common with most other teachers, I am enormously self-critical, and I knew now that I was no longer managing. My classes were noisy, the children were not learning very much, my attempts to cope with changing teaching methods were patchy, and I had run out of enjoyment and enthusiasm. Obviously, the teacher's enthusiasm and interest lay elsewhere. It was time to stop. So what she is saying now, what were the complaints of her? She is saying that, but in common with other teachers, she's saying that in most there are so many common things with other teachers, but the one thing which is uncommon, that is that she is extremely self-critical of herself. She used to criticize herself. To criticize oneself, to criticize other, doesn't mean that you always have that negative comments on them. To criticize means to to say honestly the good as well as the bad things of something. For example, the critics used to criticize the movies. When they criticize it, when critics' views came, it came in the favor and also in the also against. They just bring forward the bad qualities as well as the good quality. That is called criticism. Okay, but now this word has become very negative, because now we understand from the criticism that criticism means that negative comments or views, but that is not so. Criticism is to criticize yourself, to analyze yourself, that how you are doing, to analyze other work also. Criticism is mean. So she used to do that, and now she knew that she used to criticize herself. She used to do critical analysis of herself, and she know that she's not managing it well. She's not doing her job well. Now her classes are noisy, and according to her, children are not learning much, and her attempt to cope with, her attempt to bear with, to cope with, to keep herself in pace with this changing teaching method, that were patchy. That is not smooth, that were patchy. Sometimes she was she succeeded in managing, sometimes it was a failure. So, and she had run out of energy, and she do not have any enjoyment, she do not have enthusiasm, that energy and that spark in her teaching. So she had lost it somewhere, and obviously she said that children enthusiasm and interest have moved to some other things, that children are not so much enthusiastic now, they are not interested, and they have just spending their time some other on other things. So she said that now it's time to stop. Now I have to stop, because it's not working good. It's not working good for me and for us, for children. But was it all my own failure? In fairness to myself, I don't think it was. I had plenty of ideas. I loved my subject, and by and large I liked children. She said that but it was my failure only, that it was only my failure, that have I failed only? She said that no, in fairness to myself, to be fair to myself, to be pretty justified to myself, I says that no, I don't think so that it is just only my failure. I know that I have plenty of ideas, I have so many of the ideas, and I love my subject so much, and by and large it means that he loved her subject fairly squarely, and she liked her children also. It is not like that she doesn't like children now. She liked children very much, she loved her subject. But she says that there is something missing from both sides, and it is not her own failure. There will be some things that were also missing at the part of the students. So read your chapter till here. Okay, try to understand it, read it again if you're not able to find the meanings, to get it understood. So understand it further, we will read later.